Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hammer Podcast. Today is February 16th, 2021. And I have Matt with us today. Matt went to Agape Boys Ranch from 2007 to 2010. He's going to share his story with us today. And our special guest today is Jay, brother man. Good to see you. So go
Always
ahead.
a pleasure.
Right. Go ahead, Matt.
Always.
The floor is yours. Go ahead and start from the beginning.
Well, I was brought to Agape boardings. Family life wasn't going well at home, in Connecticut. Ran away from home a couple times, stuff like that. Got in trouble with the police sometimes for running away from home. I told Jay this the other day that I had a foot fetish for women, and that's pretty much what brought me to Agape boarding school. Was that fetish?
That was a first.
And yeah,
right? Like a 13-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
My parents couldn't have it in their house because my dad's a pastor and everything like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what brought me to Agape.
Huh. So you get
how old? You were 12?
Huh?
You were 12 when you got sent there?
I think I was like 12 or 13. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. You were tiny, bro.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You have no business being in there. I'm in fucking lion's den with some of us, man. Some of us animals in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you remember about getting to Agape?
My dad drove. I think my dad drove me down there. I think, or we flew. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what we did. I can't remember if we flew or drove down to Missouri. But yeah, I think he flew us down, and we met Brother Brian Clemenson in the office, and they did the intake and everything. It was kind of an evasive intake, you know.
What do you remember?
Yeah,
Did they make you get naked and all that?
No, not naked perhaps, but just in underwear and stuff in front of like a couple guys, and then your buddy too, you know. So it's like, dude, you know, I don't like people looking at me in my underwear, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a little kid, tiny little kid.
Yeah, it's like jail, you know, pretty much like jail.
I was gonna say, I think for like us older guys, they even made some of us like drop the undies, bend over and cough type of thing, like cavity search, because they didn't want.
Yeah, I think they did that with me too. Yeah.
That's surprising, man.
Yeah.
And you said your buddy was there in the intake room. Do you remember your buddy, who it was when you first got there? Because some of us do.
Oh, holy cow! I had so many buddies.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
before we keep going, make sure you just use first names only. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
First or last name.
Or last
if it's just
name,
the last name by itself, that's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
The only buddy I really remember was Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the only buddy I remember really much, and he really picked on me when I was there. I mean, I can't believe how many times he picked on me when I was there. It was outrageous. I mean, one night we were in our bunks and he was slapping me with pillows with shoes. He put those web shoes that we used to wear, whatever they're called.
Agape.
And he was, yeah. He put his shower shoes in the bag and whipped me with it in the bed. Like clobber me at night, yeah. And I told the staff, and then the staff put me on the floor in the position where you had to have your hands behind your back and stuff,
Right?
and you're leaning against the pole.
It's self-restraint. It's the exact same
Yeah,
position. Put people on the ground, get
self
cuffed.
restraint. Yep. Yeah, they
Like
had
it's
me in
never
that.
some kind of physical threat either. Like you were what, like 70 pounds, dude? You were tiny. Like what were you gonna? You weren't gonna hurt anybody. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
And they
If
took
it,
me out. I think they took me out for a workout that night and worked me out for a while.
for trying to stick up for yourself, basically, when your buddy's just berating you and smacking you around, and it's just
Yeah,
foul.
I tried to stand up for myself, but the staff wouldn't have it.
No,
They're like,
because
yeah, shut
he
up,
was the
shut up.
burgundy and you were the new orange shirt, so like your word isn't shit. They don't care if you tell them. Yeah,
Brother Angerman was on duty that night.
yeah. All those old night staff members that just watch us sleep, they're all creeps, man. They're all at the very least just negligent and just don't protect the kids that need real protection enough. Because there was another time. You say the only buddy you remember is Tanner. We remember when another guy was your buddy by the last name of Darty, and we all remember him doing some even worse stuff to you in the dorm. And I know we kind of touched on this a little bit. And you said, I mean, yeah, you were like 13. Your memory was spotty, but we all remember that clear as day, man. What, 13, 14 years later now, we remember you screaming in the middle of the night, stop touching me, whatever, this guy's touching me. My buddy Esteban was in the bunk right next to you, he said. And we just remember, yeah, I think you got dragged out and restrained for making noise in the middle of the night, for screaming.
Yeah,
And
I
nothing
remember that night. Yeah, I remember that
happened.
now. What you're talking
You
about?
probably
Yeah,
went from Doherty to Tanner or some shit, or yeah. But it's just ridiculous, man.
yeah. Edward Doherty was kind of a molestation type of buddy. I mean, mostly, he
Yeah.
wasn't a very good person. I
No.
remember being restrained for who knows how many hours, on end,
And
and
like,
staff rotating,
yeah,
Yeah.
and you
so
do pressure,
ridiculous.
and you're doing pressure points, and they telling you to be quiet too while they're doing
Yeah.
pressure points,
That's the only
and
thing that makes them continue to
you
restrain.
can't you can't be quiet while they're doing the pressure points because it hurts
No.
too much.
It's a
Yeah.
lose-lose, man. They're gonna do whatever they want to you, no matter what. Like, and what physical threat does a kid that size and in that mental state? He doesn't propose that. He's not gonna, like I said, he's not gonna knock anybody out or any. Like, he presented no physical threat. They just love to just boo bop, roughhouse these little kids that can't do nothing about it. And they'll
Yeah.
just do that until you comply, man, until you break.
And I remember telling Jay this the other day. I was in the wash sink room, and there was one guy messing with me, like playing around, messing, you know, threatened me a little bit, and I pushed him or something like that, or sprayed him with water. And Lopez, the Mexican guy, the big Mexican guy, he picked me up in the air and slammed me on the tile in the kitchen
Oh.
and split my eyelid open. And this was right after spaghetti dinner, I think it was. And we had some college students from college out there
Mhm.
that were visiting and they were singing that night, and they saw all this.
This is like a 350-pound man, green shirt,
Yeah,
staff, just
yeah.
so just over the top, unnecessary, just
He split my eyelid open, and they
criminal, man.
restrained me. They restrained me, but they let me up after maybe 15 minutes, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you to the hospital."
Oh.
Brother Dumar came down.
I, I,
Brother Dumar came down. He's like, "Yeah, he needs to go to the hospital."
Wow.
fake
And
ass,
yeah.
his bullshit.
Also one night, I couldn't sleep, and it was because my appendix was about to erupt. So they had to take me to the hospital that the next day.
The next.
Sometimes they will not take you. They won't give you any kind of care, or especially take you off campus to a doctor, unlike legitimately, unless it's like a life or death thing. And there's even other people that, yeah,
A
there's a
rupture.
couple diabetic guys
A ruptured
that were there,
appendix
and
is
they almost died.
yeah. A ruptured appendix is a big deal, though.
Yeah,
It didn't erupt. It didn't erupt. Eventually, Brother Wilkie took me to the. Brother Wilkie was in the van when they were driving me to the hospital, and he stayed with me up to when they wheeled me back to do the surgery for the appendix. And they got it out before it erupted.
Oh, okay.
And then brother 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 Clemenson and Ma'am came to the hospital and they brought some stuff. Then the pastor, I can't remember what his last name was.
Burton, the
Brother
bulldog
Burton,
looking
yeah, Brother
motherfucker.
Burton, yeah. He came to the hospital and delivered some magazines to me while I was there.
Magazines.
They
He didn't.
realized they almost killed this 12-year-old kid, so now they're trying to clean up, save
Yeah.
face.
Figured
Were your
instead of.
parents
Then when I
involved?
got
Like,
then
did you
when I
get to?
got then when I got back to the Agape, they changed my shirt color from orange to yellow because they felt sorry for me because I was in pain, and
Oh my
You
had
did.
to.
Your orange shirt. I'm on buddy status was terrible. Yo, while you were in the hospital and all that eyelid stuff was happening, did you get to talk to your parents at all? Like, did you even get a phone call with
No,
them?
not at all. No,
What the fuck, dude? You think some
no.
parents of some 12-year-old kid that they're paying $40K a year, would want to know if his eye is like hanging off his face and shit, and he's in the hospital getting stitches? Like, they didn't even let him call it, and who knows what they told him? But yeah, the kid didn't even get to talk to his parents, dude. Like, what the fuck? That's criminal.
I think it was the week after that I got to talk to them and tell them I had surgery. They're like, "Really? You had surgery? We didn't know that." I'm like,
Ridiculous.
"Well,"
That's a
I'm
crime.
like, I was like, I was like, "Well, you should have known that because they should have told you."
Yeah, they should have immediately. As soon
That's
as they took you to the hospital, they should have immediately called your parents. That's what they should have done.
they
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
everything. They cover everything up. Any truth you speak on any of their Facebook or any of their other websites, they delete that shit and block you. Like they know it, dude. They're stop. Hey, come on. My dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
Man, that's terrible.
But the restraints were one of the things that really hurt really bad. Were those restraints that they put on you?
Some of yours
at the-
lasted like 4 or 5 hours, man. You'd get dragged out before church, and like you wouldn't come back till we were going to bed. Like, yeah, man, little kid, you'd be too scared to talk to anybody for like days on end. Just traumatized.
Yeah.
I still remember that shit, man. Just wrong.
I remember they made me eat MREs one night for dinner. Military food.
Yeah, it's like the dehydrated fucking soup lentils or some shit. Yeah. Bad, man.
I've eaten those. Those are bad.
There's good ones out
Yeah,
there.
they made me eat those for dinner one night, and I'm like, "What the heck are you making me eat this for?"
Trying to just make
And
you
then,
feel like a POW.
then if you didn't finish your dinner, like some nights, then you had to eat it the next day,
Mhm.
for morning breakfast or something.
Yeah.
And half our meals were some leftover shit from like the day before too. That like didn't we'd have like hash browns and like egg noodles with like canned vegetables for dinner.
Yeah.
Just miss like leftover shit from breakfast.
Yeah, I
So
remember
shit.
that. Yeah, I remember
They
that.
They didn't give a fuck about nutrition or whatever.
Wow.
No, motherfuckers were emaciated. Motherfuckers were either getting fat or emaciated in there. Like, there was no in between. I swear.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Brown Town and the ways they'll just punish you and fuck with you and
So
stuff.
many push-ups I did, and so many squats I did. I'm still
Yeah.
suffering from this day from it. Knee problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
So
like I
many-
said, you were 12, 13-year-old, like probably 70, 80-pound kid. And it's this, it doesn't matter though. They don't care when you're there, right? Like you have to do all the same punishments, all the same workouts that us 16, 17-year-old guys that have like played high school football and shit, we're put all in the same, you know what I mean? It's one big facility.
Imagine a 70-year-old kid lifting cinder blocks. They made me lift cinder blocks
Yeah, like
and
it's
carry them. I'm like, I
it's
can't
tough.
lift a cinder block. I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's garbage.
So they had you working outdoors pretty much all
Oh
day.
yeah,
Or?
So when you were brown shirt and an orange shirt, yeah, you were working outdoors every day, all day. Yeah,
How,
No schoolwork.
I thought
there was no schoolwork or anything.
I thought they switched you to yellow. When did you go to brown?
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, I was in all different kinds of shirt colors. I mean, I was in orange and brown some days. Some days I was in yellow. Some days I was in burgundy. Never was a captain though. Never got to be captain.
No.
Mm.
You had to really
No.
go up Brian's ass for that one in my day. You had to really get down with it. Yeah. Drink the Kool-Aid and whatever else. Or
Yeah.
step all over. treat other people like shit until Brian's like, you know what? Yeah.
Actually, Brother Brian left when I was there, and Brother Kazak
Yeah. Do
was
you
the
remember? Do you remember much
administrator.
about Brian leaving? Because I wasn't there for that, but I've heard shit was getting pretty crazy in there, and basically Brian had to like go on the run. I'm sure you guys might not have like
Yeah,
known about it then.
I think there was like a bomb threat or like some type of threat inside the school that
Well, no, you know what it was?
students were gonna do something to him or something.
Cops had already been called there about kids getting fucked up by Brian like several times in the past few years, and some of them came back with lawsuits and everything, and that's why Brian had to leave in 2000. I think it was early 2009 is when he fled back to Florida, was living under some John Doe bullshit like a little pansy that he is.
Yeah.
He's a monster, dude. Straight up. Everyone's got
He
their own
made me
opinion
do.
about
He made me do 500 push-ups in a row one time
Oh,
without stopping. That was hard.
fuck Brian.
How do you do 500 push-ups in a row without stopping?
And
yeah.
you're 12, dude. You never worked out in your life. Man. Ridiculous.
I was a scrawny kid. I couldn't do push-ups, and if I didn't do the push-ups, they would take me upstairs to restrain me.
The old padded palace, huh, Matt?
Yeah, the old padded palace. Yeah,
You
So
spent
everybody called it.
Even just not even your whole 3 years there, even in your first like 6 months, how many times do you think you got taken to the padded palace and roughed up?
Oh,
Probably right, more.
about 100 times maybe.
I'm telling you, man. I remember like your orange. It was bad, man. Your first like month or two, especially like until they whatever let you get burgundy or not have a buddy. It was hell. I still remember hearing you screaming and shit. Like
they just basically had it out for you, did they, Matt?
yeah. They
From the
if you
beginning.
show up like that and you're just not in the right state of mind. Yeah.
They basically had it out for me. I mean, the staff wouldn't care, and if I told them stuff like that, they wouldn't give a shit, I mean, seriously, I'm sorry for cussing on radio,
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
You're good.
yeah, they didn't care. The staff didn't care. I would tell them stuff that was going on in the dorms at night and stuff. They wouldn't care about that. They would tell me to shut up and leave them alone,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What else do you remember? What else do you remember about stuff that would go on in the dorms at night after lights out and shit like that? There was a lot of creepy stuff, man. What do you remember?
I remember getting my blankets stolen. My blankets stolen.
Your what?
Blankets stolen. Like
blankets.
Sleeping gear. Yeah.
Yeah. Just someone ripped them off you like in the middle of the night? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, what would they do is they would tug on them from below. Somebody would tug on them from below. It wouldn't even be my buddies sometimes. It would be other people. Even when I was a burgundy shirt.
Yeah.
Even they would fuck with me too, but yeah, they would pull my blanket at night and try to get it off my bed
Creepy.
while I was sleeping.
Yeah. You don't remember Doherty doing anything to you in the dorms? You just blank that out.
Not really, because it's been such a long time.
Yeah, man, you were so. Yeah. That was like half your life ago or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We remember though.
I'm 27 now, and I got really good friends here in Chicago, and really good church and stuff like that.
That's good.
Making it on my own now. I'm mentally ill though, but it's besides the point. I have bipolar and depression, but
Yeah, man. A lot of guys deal with that. You're not the only one either. A lot of guys.
Yeah.
The psychological and just emotional effects that Agape and just other stuff that we went through as childhood. That stuff sticks with people, man. It kind of forms who you are eventually if you go through that shit for 5-6 years. You know what I mean? Or pretty much your whole teens, your whole most crucial years of development.
I remember one day I had to use the bathroom real bad. I guess they were cleaning it or something.
Yeah.
They said they were cleaning it, I guess, but
they
let me shit in my pants. They let me shit in my suit pants,
Mm-hmm.
in front of some girls that were there to sing and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And
yeah. No,
they
Matt,
they took me down. They took me down and cleaned me up. But
I got a question.
while.
Before you got to Agape,
Yeah,
Were you? Did you have bipolar and depression, or was that after?
that was after
That was
Agape.
after. Okay, so you were fine before you went in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, my parents did put me in a in a mental facility before I went into Agape, but that was only for some random stuff that they wanted to control and stuff like that.
Did you ever get
They
med?
basically,
Did you get your medication when you were
huh?
there?
I was on Abilify and stuff, just Abilify,
Uh huh.
which actually that's how I lost my vision. So I lost my vision was to that medicine, but other than that, I wasn't on any medicine until I came to Chicago.
So
Yeah,
when you were at Agape, you didn't need medication, or they didn't give you any.
they didn't. I didn't have any.
Oh, you
No,
didn't
I
have
didn't.
any. Okay.
I didn't need any.
Okay. All right.
I guess I was. I guess I was fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I'd
Yeah,
mentioned
man.
Jay. You had said something about what you and Esteban had witnessed. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, man. It was probably had to be his first few weeks of getting there. Probably orange shirt, maybe yellow shirt. Still had a buddy, and yeah, one of his buddies that was put in charge of him was this 15, 16-year-old kid named Darty. Same exact guy Esteban talked about on his episode. And a lot of us, yeah, we remember one time in middle of the night, like 2 a.m. or something, after lights out, nobody's up, no one's doing nothing. And I just remember his little 13-year-old voice just screaming, like, what are you doing? Stop touching me. Like, this guy's trying to do something to me. Like, whatever. And yeah, obviously, like, we're all start popping up off our bunks, like, what the fuck? And
I
like,
know.
yeah, like we couldn't really tell, but I mean, obviously, yeah, we knew some creepy shit was going on. And like, this kid was he's like, had this kind of like glasses, big head, like Gilbert look to him, like Esteban said. Like, he kind of already gave off creep vibes to where none of us were even surprised when that happened. But of course, like, staff didn't even believe it happened or something, or they just hushed it up. They didn't want to face the reality of, you know what I mean? Like, kids are getting molested on your watch. But so, yeah, like, I want to say Zacharias even got in trouble for screaming in the middle of the night. And they just took him. I think
I was
they
took
gave
like
him a new
straight.
buddy, and that was it. And like they did, and yeah, like
I was carried by 4 guys to the padded palace that
to
night.
basically be like, "Shut up! Like, why are you screaming in the middle of the night, whatever?" And you tried to tell him what happened, and yeah, probably
He's
nothing happened, man.
he's the victim, and he's getting restrained.
Yeah,
If
no,
anything,
that's how it is.
it
That's
should have
how it
been
is.
the other guy. It should have been the other guy that got restrained.
Yeah, man.
And got the
So,
shit beat out of him.
straight up. That's why
But he was a
they
but
put him on like isolation. You couldn't go near him.
he was a shirt color above me. That's probably why they trusted him more or believed him more.
Yeah, and that's all. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's another troubled kid with a bunch of issues that's in the program too. And then there's a kid even younger and more vulnerable than him that's now in his hands. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, even the adults that are here don't have any qualification to care for kids or to educate or anything. And then on top of that, they delegate these fucked up 15, 16-year-old kids that are still in the program that still need help to be in charge of younger, like, to babysit. It's a joke, dude. It's garbage.
Yeah.
I was in an orange shirt and brown shirt more times than I was in a yellow shirt or a burgundy shirt.
I was gonna say you probably like barely made burgundy by the time I left in summertime '07. Because yeah,
When I was a
rough.
burgundy shirt. When I was a burgundy shirt, they let me up to corporal, and then I lost the badge because I talked to a sergeant without permission.
Staff monitoring it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Colt rules.
And I lost my corporal badge. But I was
those were useless.
I was
Anyway.
more in orange and brown, and I haven't even finished high school to this day still, But I was more orange and brown and not in the classroom. I was more outside hauling rocks and working on the ranch more than
Work, huh?
being in school,
Yeah.
finishing my education.
Mhm.
Wow.
And when you actually do get the small chance to do schoolwork, you're on your own for that shit. You can't get help for it. No one actually teaches you. You just get these Jesus magazines, and it's like, good luck, kid. But you know what I mean? Like, you were like,
Yeah.
what, like 6, 7? you were like the age of like a 6th, 7th grader, 8th grader when you got there. Like you need help.
Yep. Yep.
Help.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't understand the paces. I didn't understand the shit that was in them.
Half of it is like scripture anyways. Like you don't even pass like your algebra exam if you don't know like 4 different verses or something. Like it's such a joke.
Right.
It's so good.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man.
So obviously, yeah, you did what, 3 years at Agape, none of that schoolwork counted. You probably had to go to a new school after that and none of your credits transferred over, right? It's just a complete waste of time.
My credits didn't even transfer over when I went to a new school.
Yeah, totally not, right? So it's just, yeah.
No.
Starting from nothing. You're starting from nothing when you get out of there.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, man. It's messed up.
Now, were you born and raised into the Baptist religion, or what religion were you?
I was, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was Baptist, yeah. My dad's a Baptist pastor, yeah.
Baptist.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I can see why he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Might not have been into this podcast.
Yeah.
So I take it you're familiar with Lester Roloff.
Somewhat, maybe.
Somewhat. Yeah, I'm sure you're.
You guys probably have
I'm sure your father probably is, being he's a pastor. But yeah, he's the epicenter of all this tragedy, man. He's the main guy right there.
He's the Jim Jones of these kooky IFB weirdos, basically. You know,
he's been dead since 1982, and he's still got acolytes and sycophants that are carrying on.
Jim Jones. The shit is People's Temple with more Bible. I'm telling you, man.
And the thing is, People's Temple was Jim Jones. Lester Roloff's church was the People's Baptist Church.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, just being
Remember
an Agape guy and realizing, like, dude, I really lived through some cult shit. It's always made me since then have this fascination with cults, because when I see those documentaries and I read, there's so many parallels. It's so creepy and disturbing, dude. I'm telling you, the same tactics to just make people feel helpless and just shit on themselves and just give you everything they got and just do whatever you say. It's like, it's crazy that they still work, but it's like just such remedial little manipulation and just lies and just, they do the same thing too with People's Temple. Like hundreds of people that even had been members at one point defect and say, like, I was raped, I was stolen from, I was, separated from my family, this and that. And it's just, no, everyone's lying but us. That's how Agape's responding to all this shit. Yeah. NBC's got articles, Kansas City Star. There's hundreds of these episodes or other like testimonies out there, and they're still just like, nope, the boys are lying. Like, that's their only defense. It's like, get real, dude. That's some cult shit. You know what I mean? Branch Davidian fucking.
Yeah.
Another one that just, he was there. He saw how messed up it is.
Yeah.
Shit set him back in life. Shit. Yeah, man. Poor guy. We always thought about you over the years, Matt. We really did, man, because you were just, did not have no business being there. And we could just tell that it was just, it was going to affect you for a long time, man.
I remember one guy being brought in chains and handcuffs one time into the boarding school.
That's
from a van.
Yeah.
Wow.
I flew from California out to Missouri in handcuffs and with a belt around my waist like a fucking dog leash.
Huh.
I was 17.
I came in with my parents. I was one of the lucky ones that came in with my parents. Yeah.
A lot of us, our parents were too scared to like take us there themselves because they knew we could, like overpower them and run away and shit. So they hire like security people to
How
take
did
us there like a prisoner.
How did your parents hear about Agape? Did they hear it from one of their church members?
Who knows? I never asked them to this day.
I wish
Okay.
I never asked them to this day who they heard Agape from. Yeah, I never heard. I never asked them. Yeah.
And the
that's
thing
where,
is,
that's where the
yeah,
do all their pimping, where they find them.
And my parents.
Go ahead.
And my parents used to restrain me at home too.
No,
They would sit on me. They thought I had demons in me, And they sat on me and held me down and put a washcloth in my mouth so I couldn't.
I mean, a lot of us got the shit beat out of us as kids before we ever got to Agape. You know what I mean? Like Agape, for a lot of us, like Agape is not the lone only like kind of thing we went through as kids. You know what I mean? We wound up there because our home life was a shitstorm, and a lot of us had our ass whooped plenty of times before we got there. But some of this stuff was so over the top and just so unjustified, and just it's foul, man. They're child fucking eaters, man. I'm telling. They hate kids. They hate children, especially other people's kids that they can label just troubled and just shit bags and whatever else. Like, I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
don't send your kid here. Don't send your kid here.
Wow.
Do not.
Yeah. I had a message for all the mothers and fathers: don't send your kid there. Yeah.
Tell them, Matt. Say that to
Yeah. Yeah. I had a message for all you guys: don't send your kids there.
Yeah.
They're gonna be end up getting restrained for 5 or 6 hours, and the restraints last I mean, it would be daytime and then it'd be nighttime by the time the restraint was over, and you'd be already going to bed and stuff.
Yeah.
Or it'd be daytime in the morning. It'd be morning time if you got restrained at night.
Yeah.
So it's not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, restraints there should be for like psychiatric wards and prisons and stuff like that. That's where the restraints.
Somebody that, yeah, you're stopping somebody from like really hurting people, really doing some physical damage. Like, it's dangerous.
And here I am, 100-pound kid, 80-pound kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
You were not.
there's no way I can really do anything to anybody.
No, man. There's no justifying ragdolling some little kid that size for hours on end and sending him back bruised and bleeding and fucking traumatized, dude. Like, it's.
It's funny. It's funny. I don't know if you saw it, Jay, on my Facebook page. It's on on the bottom of page 20 on their handbook. It says they have a hands-off approach. No corporal punishment. If that isn't a lie, I don't know what is.
Dude, we get put in push-up position, in church, in front of people, like before we eat, like, and it's everybody. There's a 10-year-old there, like, get in push-up position, do 50, like, and it's and sometimes it would be one kid pissed off a staff member, so all of us are getting lit up. So then, of course, we all hate that kid. Now we all want to go beat that kid's ass too. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, I was that kid. Everybody was mad at.
Yeah,
they wanted to beat the hell out of me. That night.
Yeah.
I would hear them talking about it in the
we all gave you
the dressing rooms downstairs. Oh, we're gonna beat Matt Zacharias up in the middle of the night.
So I'm saying this is Brian. This is the guy who was like running the shit. He'd make little weak kids like that be the scapegoat and like for what? Yeah. Garbage, dude. Absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's all this stuff out there, man. If you still fucking defend this place, and you're lost. You're lost. Well, if you're a parent and you see all this shit and read all your shit and really do your homework and you still send your kid there, that's blood on your hands. That's gonna be blood on your hands. It's gonna be your fault when your kid's all fucked up into his adulthood and doesn't. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, look at Griffin. I mean, he was there in 2019, 2020, and they're still doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
nothing changed, man.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
The brains running that fucking bolt.
Yeah.
All they care about is getting your parents money, buy more zebra motorhomes, feeding you cereal, bugs. Man.
I remember going into the staff's house, and their staff houses are like fucking covered with cockroaches and stuff all over the place. I'm like,
we were
staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were the housekeepers for all the nasty. How bad those dorms would smell at night. It was one big basement full of just bunk beds. It would smell so bad.
Somebody's feeding back. I could hear an echo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna bring it down just a little. Your volume down just a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
That's better. All right.
So what else are some of your bigger memories that stick out from your time, Matt? 3 years is a long time, man. You were there from pretty much like 12 to 15, dude. That's half your adolescence, man. What else just sticks out to you that fucks with you?
Trying to think here. Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think here.
How many times you get beat up by other students?
Too many times. That was a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever try to write your parents letters or like on your phone calls ever tell them about some of these things that were going on with you?
Oh yeah, they didn't care.
What would happen then? Yeah, you'd either the staff would not send your letter out, or your parents didn't believe you, just said you were lying.
No, I never wrote letters to my parents.
Yeah, you couldn't
But
write a letter about what was happening to you there. They wouldn't even send it out. Your only chance, I guess, was to just go for it on a phone call and try to get some truth out before they hang up and put you on the wall or take you to the padded palace.
Yeah.
I was on the wall. I was on the wall a lot.
Yeah. No, I was I was only there for a year, and I probably spent like 3 months on the wall, and then like another 3 months or more on no talking. I was always on some shit because Brian just had a hard on for me too, just like for whatever reason.
What the shit is pace status? That they came up with that shit like a mother.
That was for the kid. You were supposed to do like a minimum number of paces per whatever week or month, and some kids would just fuck off or just refuse to do them, so they put them on. So then the pace. I don't remember the exact rules, but it was something like. You didn't go on. Yeah, I think you might have been on the wall. You didn't go for any rec time or any extra like.
No, you were with the no talkers. That's where you sat at. You were with the no talkers.
Yeah, are you talking about me specifically, or
no?
Talking about what pace status was like. I was never on pace status because I
was on pace status one time, just once.
It's just pretty much they put you on lockdown, and you're not like leaving the table. You're just working on paces or reading the Bible. You don't get you're not going out for volleyball or no shit like that.
Yep.
But no, I was on no talking a lot. Yeah, I was because I liked to talk to my fellow prisoners. That was it. Most of the time. I remember all the other shit I did. Like I never really got caught for much. I was pretty sneaky. Or all you have to do there too is just lie and then like get one of your homies to like come to staff with you and also like lie and say like nope, like didn't see and like it's such a joke, man. And then you can do the same thing to like say that a kid did something that he did not. You can just like form a little clique, and there was all kinds of just garbage politics like that in there. But it was all just like self-preservation and just trying to protect yourself and shit. It was cutthroat with some of that shit, man.
Yeah.
Kids would you'd think a kid was your friend for like months and months. Like I'd share, you know what I mean? Like my extra shoes I would have and shit with kids, and then they just fucking throw you under the bus one day and get you put on no talking for like 2 months. You're like, damn, homie. Like nothing is sacred in here. Yeah, no, it was dog in there, man. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Fucking revival thing that we talked about with the one he went crazy with the preaching and everyone, was like in this trance, just like giving themselves away. I deserve everything that happens to me here. And there were some of us that just were in our seat, kind of looking around, like, bro, no, like what?
Remember that one week where we had that Bible religion, that Bible where all the students got up and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah,
Brother Nanjin. I hate even calling him brother, but you remember it was Nanjin, the little Munchkin gang guy.
Yeah,
and he had that. I forget what the sermon was, but it was something about just like you're such pieces of shit. Like you've got to just admit to everything you did to like take full accountability for God's will. And motherfuckers were like, I don't know how it started, but it was just like march up here and like get a staff member now, admit everything you've ever done, and then like we'll pray for redemption or something. And just motherfuckers went crazy. It was like one of those Jim Jones sermons you see where I'm just like hallelujah, like fucking. But it was like I want to go to fucking Browntown. Like
The thing is,
like, I think it was forsaken my parents. Like it was nuts, dude.
I think it was a competition between guys to see how many signatures they can get in their Bible from evangelist.
Signature Bible, fuck out of here. Most of them are pedos and creeps. I don't want your fucking autograph.
The thing is, he's talking about being accountable or whatever, and he should have been talking to the staff, not to the kids.
Yeah, no, there's none of that. They don't do no wrong. Everything they do there is God's will. So kids getting raped, molested, starved, lying to their parents when they're severely injured, that's God's will, man.
The reason
everyone else that's against them is just the devil working. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I wonder what they're saying to each other there to justify it. Because that would always be like the defense, when anyone that disagrees, the devil's trying us or whatever, but he won't get us. It's like, no, you're fucking batshit lunatics who know you're just scamming parents. Their day's numbered, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The clock's ticking on them. It's not. You can't do that shit for forever, and it's not going to come back to you.
What were you saying, Matt?
Sorry.
What I was saying is the reason I got kicked out of there is because I was going after a female staff. I was gonna do some things to her. I was gonna do some shit to her.
Say that then. Go ahead. I think you were telling me about this.
Yeah, I told
You
you
had,
about it. Yeah,
you had the hotties for one of the staff wives, huh? And you had this whole
yeah,
plan to go seduce her or something. Someone
yeah.
snitched.
So what? Yeah, yeah.
Somebody snitched.
You're an animal. You're a dog, dude. Yeah. Like,
You
Yeah,
see,
because
you,
I
you
was sex deprived. You know,
there
we
you
didn't
go.
have women in the boarding school. You know, you know,
yeah, bro.
and you
Yeah,
couldn't look over to the girls at the other boarding school. You know, you
Hey,
couldn't look over to their direction.
instant Browntown or Wall or Brian or someone coming over and like yanking your dick off. Like, yeah, that was just not. Do not get caught staring at a woman there. Do not.
now you see if trying to seduce a staff member's wife got you kicked out, you should have done that at the beginning. It would have been. It would have been. You would have had the 3 years there.
I didn't think of that. I
I would
didn't
have
think
been.
of that
Yeah, if
at
I
the
knew that would have
beginning,
worked,
man.
that would have been
I didn't think of that
Hollywood.
at the beginning. That would have been good if I did it at the
80-year-old
beginning.
Watusi.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know,
Big
Jay,
one.
you know when you've had you haven't had any, and they start looking good, man.
Oh, I told you, yeah.
Yep.
Fucking cattle wives out there, but after 4 or 5 months, you get like the road runner in the desert mirage type of shit, where you're like, oh yeah, like
So-
I can see some curves under there. It's just tubs of lard. Yeah.
So Matt, did she say anything when you tried to when you attempted to seduce her?
Oh no, I never got that far.
Oh, you never got that
What
far?
happened? Oh,
No, I was told on right away immediately
Oh,
by my buddy. Yeah, my buddy.
funny story.
My buddy-
The
my buddy
wife that
Tanner.
he had the hots for that he's talking about, it's the same one that got cucked with a red shirt.
oh,
And
okay.
was married to the Todd Smith guy and all that.
Yeah.
Same lady. Yeah, hilarious. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
She had the full
Mr.
beard.
Smith. I hated Mr. Smith. That's what Brother Smith, because I didn't like him at all. That's why
He's
I
a
wanted to
cuck,
get
dude.
back
He's
at him.
pussy.
No, he's the one. Yeah, the one with the beard. The girl with the beard. Is that what you're
His
talking
wife,
about?
yeah, his wife was the bearded lady. She had a nice, thick fucking stash.
Is
at
that
like
the one you were,
17.
Matt? Was that the one you were seducing?
That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, same lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's a dog.
Hey, hey, man, you're a
She
player.
probably would have done it.
Yeah, she probably would have.
Yeah. She would have let you hit it, Matt. I'm telling you, weirdos, man. They're all pedophiles in there. They're all creeps and swingers. And I'm telling, man, we have some more guys that might come on soon that have some stories about just crazy shit. We even have one of the I'm fine to say his name because he's gone public too. James Clydence, the former green shirt guy from like mid 2010s now that's gone out and talked about this stuff.
Yeah.
His wife was telling him firsthand, like as a staff member's wife, experience from there, and it's nuts. Just how much they openly know, just foul shit's going on, and they cover it up, and they're like wife swapping and swinging and cheating and having illegitimate kids and protecting their child molesting grandsons, Jareth Clemenson.
I remember one Sunday, Brother Jackson called me to the back because I was goofing off in church or something. And I watched him. His wife had her shoes off, and she was rubbing her foot against his shoe, and like I guess they were trying to make out in church or something. I don't know what they were doing.
Well,
Old Miss Jackson. Old Miss Jackson was there. She was real.
And I remember one Sunday I got in trouble for that lady that was singing real high that one Sunday in that song. I don't remember what song it was, but
I remember Kirsty and Bobbitt's wives had like really high, like break glass type of voices. Yeah, with their fucking church singing.
I remember they singing. I remember one of them singing real high.
Yeah.
And I just cracked up. I just started cracking up laughing in the middle of the church. I couldn't control it, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't
No, half
control
the
it.
time when I would get in trouble, I'd either laugh from someone doing that intervention shit, that excuse me shit. I could not take that shit seriously, even after being there for like 6 months. Someone, because that's supposed to be this dead serious, like, you're doing
Excuse
wrong.
me?
And I would just start losing it. Yeah. I was like, bro, you're just staring at me and shaking your head and saying, excuse me. Like, where the fuck are we? Like,
the thing is, you said that that guy's wife took off her shoes, and you had a foot fetish at the time, right?
Yeah, I was
I did.
probably over there.
Yeah,
It's a pocket pool, huh? Well, tugging on yourself in church there a little bit.
Well,
Yep.
well, obviously he
I
wasn't the.
and I I was standing up in the back too, so.
Oh,
Gotta get it in, however, man. Yeah. No, we knew our only chance to choke the chicken was you either go to the bathroom stall after lights out and you're still getting put on the wall the next day if it's before like 4 a.m. or something. You could choke the chicken in there for a couple minutes, or it would be if you were on a certain privilege to go to the learning center bathroom. That was and like, dude, guys would be trained to go in there in like 3 minutes, wash their hands, probably like take a dump too, and still bust a nut. Get out of there. Like, you get on another level of just depravity and creativity when you're in there. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Guys are probably making fifis and all kinds. Yeah.
Hey, remember that orange peel? You remember that orange peel incident?
Even you remember that. That's why we lost our pockets for like 6 months.
With the toothpaste, and it went
viral.
that
shit did not work.
And
I tried that shit.
They closed up our pockets. They hemmed up our pockets so we couldn't.
That
put
shit
stuff
was
in our
not
pockets.
worth it. I don't know who started it. That was like really work. One of those just like stoner druggy kids. I tried to let some go for like a month, and I finally ate them, and it didn't do anything. And then we lost our pockets and everything. They either cut them out or sewed them shut for like 6 months. So I mean, after that, you couldn't.
I opened mine up. I had a sneaky way of opening mine up.
There you go. Yeah,
I ripped the lining and opened them up, so I can use them in my pockets.
Yeah.
So the staff wives sewed the pockets up or cut them out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they did. They did like a whole workshop one day.
That's right. Yeah.
Decided you guys don't deserve pockets anymore.
Yeah.
And Esteban even talked about it. Some of us had like brand new whatever, like slacks and khakis that our parents spent extra money on to send us because they don't provide you anything, even though they pay them $4,000 a month or whatever, $3,250 or something. Who knows? But
my parents are still paying to this day that bill.
Dude, some pigs, man.
Really?
The stories there. Some of these guys' parents like sold their house, or refinanced, or like, kicked other family members to the curb so they could pay Agape. Like all kinds of fucked up shit, bro. Like
They kicked me to Chicago because of my fetish.
your parents. Oh, I was gonna say because your parents stopped paying one day. Is that why you got to leave?
No, no.
So you were there from about 12 to 15, and then you went to another boarding school, right? And that one didn't work either.
No, I stayed at home for a little while and went to Heritage Baptist School.
Yeah.
And then I went to Job Corps.
Job Corps, okay.
And then I was put in after Job Corps I was put in a branch out in Tennessee called Shenandoah Boys Ranch.
Ooh, I think I've heard about that.
Yeah.
How was that?
They didn't have a strict rules and they didn't restrain people, but they gave SWATs. They gave corporal punishment.
And guys, I mean, it's probably similar atmosphere with like within the students there, right? Guys are not happy.
No.
Their guys are guys.
No, not really.
Each other and shit.
No,
That's good. Then well, if it was easier than it was, Agape, then I'm happy for
it was really easier than Agape. Yeah,
It
was out in the wilderness. It was out in the boondocks.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it anymore, so I ran away.
Nice. You got away?
I ran away 3 times.
Attaboy.
Then the third time they're like, we got to send you back home. And that's when my dad brought me to Chicago when they sent me back home.
I think other guys that were there with you longer at Agape, because I only knew you when you were like 12, 13 when you first got there, and then I left. But I want to say some of the other guys that were there with you, you did kind of grow into a little fucking bulldog there and got kind of tough and sneaky with a lot of your shit, huh? Started learning how to play the system a little better, huh?
Yep.
Attaboy, yeah.
So I got let go at the second year. I got let go at the second year for good behavior, and then I was sent back for another year.
That's the worst, bro. I would have killed myself if I was young enough to get sent there, go home, and then come back. I would have
I was about to call DCHS on my family.
Child Protective Services or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
For real, no. It's at this point, it's so just negligent and irresponsible and just ridiculous to give your kids to these people that have like I said, no qualification, no license, nothing. They've just been running this concentration camp and just beating these kids for 30 years. That's their experience.
And you said
some of them, whatever.
And you said your parents sent you to Chicago because they didn't like your fetishes. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Now you said fetishes. You had more than one.
No.
Motherfucker's a dog, man.
No, I don't have more than one. No, I don't have
Just
more
the
than
old
one.
foot fetish, huh?
Leather.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
I know some people like that.
Yeah, it's like
Worse, yeah.
it's like my parents can't take it, and my dad's a pastor, so he can't take it in his house. And he
Yeah.
thought I was gonna do it to my mom and my sister. And why would I ever do that? I wouldn't touch
Yeah,
my mom or
We're
my
not, we're
sister.
not incest like these weirdos at Agape, right? We're not gonna
Yeah,
yeah.
I
lay
would never I would never touch my mom or my
free.
sister,
Yeah, yeah,
No,
And yeah.
I've never
yeah,
understood
man. No,
why
a lot of
they.
us.
I've
I've been
never.
in
I've never.
Chicago since I've
Yeah.
been in Chicago since I'm 18 and now I'm 27.
I've never understood. Yeah, some people have fetishes, and that's fine. But why do they automatically go to? Well, they go to the mom or the sister. I mean, come on, not everybody does that. Very,
Yeah.
very few
They're
people.
they're all about that at Agape, yeah. Even like cousins and whatever can't hang out because they might like go have an orgy and shit. They're so just over the top ridiculous. But I was gonna say too, a lot of us just teenagers really, like I said, weren't doing nothing but smoking weed and having some teenage like premarital sex, and that was
I
just
remember
so
I remember I
for the
remember
mid 2000s. That was like a big, like those were big offenses. I guess that was
Yeah.
enough
I
to
remember
get
other
sent to one of
kids'
these
moms coming
double
in there
print.
and like drooling over them and stuff like
Oh,
that.
bro, yeah. If you had
And
a
like
good
their
I
daughters
had
and
to I
stuff.
had to
Yeah.
be ready to beat some ass a couple times for motherfuckers talking about my mom because I already knew if your mom was like a decent looking, if she came on a visit, like everyone was just and yeah,
Wow.
it's so and sisters and yeah, bro, all bad, super just toxic environment and just disrespectful and just misogynistic there too. Like they treat women like
Heck,
shit.
maybe even the staff, the guy's staff members are probably doing the same thing. Looking at him,
Probably, man.
Who's that?
undressing him.
I remember a couple times. People have mentioned this too. How they you can get pictures of like your family sent in. Like you can have a little like jailhouse little photo book of like your mom, dad, whatever. But I remember a couple times because I had a really good looking mom and sister, and I remember they sent me pictures. Like not even in like swimsuits or anything, but like that fucking matters. Like I'm not looking at my mom and sister like that.
Right.
But I remember a couple times Brian calling me over, like going through my mail before he gave it to me, and just super like with a smirk, like smart ass, just like creepy tone.
Oh
He was
yeah, I
like,
remember that.
He was like, "Who is this?" Like, and he's like,
Yeah, I know
it's
that.
like this hot babe right here, and I'm like, "It's my sister, dude." Like, what? And he kind of, he like played this game with me as if like I don't know if I should give this to you because like you might go fap to it or something. Like, they're disgusting, dude. They're so fucked up.
Yeah,
And just
I
weird
remember
and
that. He
creepy.
did that to some of my pictures too.
They would do that to a lot of people. Yeah, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's your cousin." Well, like, yeah, I'm basically letting you know that like I want to fuck her. So like I'm assuming that like you're gonna go masturbate. Like it's just creepy, dude.
Yeah.
I have a couple. I got a couple aunts that are really cute and stuff, and he would say that to my aunts. I'm like, damn.
Garbage, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
But God forbid you accidentally look in the direction of his daughter in the cafeteria. Brian will rip your nutsack off.
I mean, come. I mean,
Right.
and the other thing, when you talk about your dad, about your mom and your sister, man, you were trying to seduce the bearded lady. Okay, I mean, come on now,
They're so just
Yeah.
batshit, dude.
I mean, your
Yeah.
mom and your sister were
Bozo.
not even in the picture. Yeah, like I said,
No, they weren't.
automatically, it always goes to the incest thing with these Baptists. I don't know why. It
Takes one to
goes
know
to
them.
them. Yeah,
Takes
it
one to know
does. It does,
Just
man.
like a fucking cuck or like a fucking swinger or fucking whatever, man. They're all creeps.
That's
Fuck anybody. If you
just-
stay there with the green shirt, I don't
Who's
fuck
that? Who's that
whatsoever.
staff member with the 3 daughters and that?
Fucking all of them. I don't know. They all had like 9 kids, man. All they do is just fucking.
I think it was
pop
Brother
out.
McDonald or something like that. I
Inbred.
think his name
Oh.
was.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Mr. McNuggets. Fucking. He was a piece of shit. He had it out for me too. He was like Brian Jr. there, and both them boys had it on for me
Hitler.
because they knew I was just a fish they couldn't catch. I just no matter what they did, that was the thing. That was the ultimate way to like win in the program. Some people think it was like cooperating, following the rules till you got a red shirt and you could get like extra cookies. Like no, for some of us, all we had to stand on was our dignity and self-respect, which you get none there. You know what I mean? So for us, the way to win was to, no matter what they did to us, walk around with a smirk, you know what I mean? Chin high, strut, just like, yeah, whatever, baby. Another day on the yard, And that's what made guys like Brian and Ron hate guys like me and Sevilla and, you know what I mean? Some of these other guys, because we were like, you ain't going to break
And
me.
then I remember. I
try
remember make. I
push-ups.
remember being a brown shirt and orange shirt, and they making us do other people's laundry, other students' laundries.
Oh yeah, that was
I'm like,
that was fun.
I'm like, damn! I don't want to touch his undies.
But
I
we
want to
all
touch
did.
his
We were all
shorts.
leaving Hershey stains and yellow dribbles and shit. Like even the 17-year-olds, bro. Because we only got like 2 or 3 bathroom breaks the whole day. You couldn't like, you know what I mean? Like if you're a kid, like you just have to piss sometimes. Like no, like you didn't just get to go piss when you wanted to. You had to hold that shit till after church, after Bible reading. Sometimes, like oh man, yeah. I remember like my kidneys just hurting because I'm, you know what I mean, sitting there just holding piss for hours, man.
Yeah, that's
so
not
unhealthy.
that's not yeah, it's not good for your bladder and your kidneys, man. That's not good.
No, man.
That's probably why I have problems today. Like, I just
A lot of
can't
guys,
hold
yeah.
it. I can't hold it anymore.
Yeah.
Guys
Some
were
days.
there was
Yeah.
you know guys in their mid-teens and stuff still pissing the bed there, which is not you know either because we were so neglected or because that's like a #1 telltale sign of a kid being abused.
Remember that? You remember that one kid? I think he was a black kid. He had seizures. Remember him?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember him at
a
the
lot of
school.
just
He had
medical
seizures.
neglect,
He
man.
has
And
he had
they didn't help
seizures
him.
in the middle of the night. Yeah, they didn't help him at all. No,
Nope.
they put pads on his bed. That's all they did. But
Ridiculous, man. I
they
mean,
never helped him. No.
if the parents of a kid like that could really see how he's being handled and treated and not treated medically, like I'm telling you, man, they'd be appalled.
Yeah, if they were to
Someone can just get some like footage or like they did at Circle of Hope with him talking, like how he talked candidly, you know, knock her out and shit. Like
Yeah.
if they could get like we've talked about, where's the footage that those chicks took of the kids getting whooped on by Sheldon or whatever else and like head bashed into the pole and shit? Man, I'm telling you, man, if people got a real, if people saw what these motherfuckers are really like when it's just them and these kids, yeah, it's disgusting, dude. It makes me just so upset, so angry.
Yeah, me too.
No kid needs. There's no place for kids, man. They don't got no business raising other people's kids for them. Look how they fucking turn out, man. All they do is churn out pedophiles and wife beaters and fucking tax evaders and thieves and shoplift. You know, like fuck out of here.
felons,
Fuck
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck out of here. I've never been to jail since I left that motherfucker. Suck my dick. Anyways, sorry. You can see I'm not a fan.
So tell us how you really feel, Jay. Tell us how you really
You already know, baby. Fuck them all. I'm not till they go down, man.
Well, you
They
know,
gotta go down.
hopefully that legislation goes through to at least
Yeah, man. Shout
to-
out to Big Shrog Dog, Berlin Von Mortis, Amanda Householder, Trouble Podcast with Miranda. Shout out to everybody that wrote on that shit and supported it and spread it and whatever else.
Even the
'Cause,
girls-
now it's getting real, man.
some ladies from Bethesda.
Yeah.
You got Nicole, you got Barbara,
Yeah, some of these.
you have Emily. Yeah.
gang-
Yep. When it
gangster
testified,
shit. So
that
all the
was
way out
great.
to bumfuck Missouri just to sit in front of these people and like you're gonna hear me now. Yeah, bro, that shit.
We
fired
should
me.
get all the people from those boarding schools together and like.
That's what we've been doing, man. People have been writing letters to lawmakers and legislation and giving official.
No, I
statements.
mean like not like that. I mean like in a house somewhere, like a big old mansion, and like
Yeah,
just hang out and like hear stories and stuff from each other, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
we're not social distance or whatever else, maybe we'll have some. Honestly, if Agape gets shut down or something, we'll do a fucking reunion party. We'll all go to Vegas and just hookers and blow and shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll go nuts.
Hookers and
We'll
ice
have
cream.
We'll have a fucking
Hookers and
shebang
ice
bang.
cream.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I'm just
Yeah.
fucking around. Yeah, no, I'm definitely down for Agape
Yeah.
Agape Boys reunion party. If we get them shut down, man, we'll fucking light off some fireworks.
Yeah.
Go burn their place down or something if they have to abandon it. That'd be great.
So how are you doing now, Matt? Are you adjusting pretty good?
I'm with a mental health organization called Thresholds, and it's like they pay half your rent and stuff like that. So I'm only living like 184 in rent right now,
Nice.
like 174, 175 in rent. So yeah, they pay half the rent, and you know they do all your bills, and they
Really?
give you money. They give you money, and they save money for you. And you know, I have an employment specialist that you know helps me with jobs, getting jobs and stuff. She puts in resumes and stuff and all that. So yeah,
That's good.
Nice.
I have really good friends here too. So
That's good.
my friends are not judgmental or nothing like that. You know, they don't care about my fetish or anything like that, and you know they're on top of things. Yeah,
Right.
they celebrate my birthday with me. You know, when I was at home, I never had a birthday party. when I was living at my house.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Hmm.
Are you cool with both your parents?
Never really had a birthday party at Agape either. You know, I mean, they would make you.
I don't give a fuck. I think man would make you an extra pancake sometimes or whatever. Yeah,
She would make a special pancake with all those M&Ms and
yeah. I guess that
all
was.
those. Yeah, you
Well, I
probably
mean,
show up from.
what were
Makes
you?
it worth 40.
I mean, Matt, what were you expecting? The bearded lady to jump out of a cake? Come on, man.
Bearded lady.
You're not gonna celebrate, right?
Cirque
With
du
the
Soleil character or whatever
the
that's
little
from.
pasties with the little things going around like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, probably I was expecting that. Yes, I was.
So Matt, another thing we were talking about too about post agape life, and even I guess you talked a bit about this earlier. So your parents are kind of still in denial of anything bad even happening to you there, huh? They don't even believe
Yeah, my dad told me not even get on this. My dad told me not even to get on this podcast and speak out against them. He doesn't believe that nothing happened there. You know, he thought it was a honky dory time. You know, staff treated me right and stuff like that.
How does he know though? He wasn't there, man. We were there. We were right next to you. We remember this shit. You know, like I don't understand. I think it's just denial, man, and shame, and feels disgraced because they know they made a big mistake. That's why we're trying to tell parents, dude, like don't do it. Trust me. This is me. This is you from the future telling you will regret this shit. It will be worse. It will do more harm to your kid than it will good. Especially if he's under like 15, man. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Don't send your kid here unless you think you have no other way to like keep him breathing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, all bad. So for all those years, man, you couldn't even share with your parents about what happened to you there because they just shut you down and just tell you were lying, pretty much. That had to make it hurt even more, man.
But you know, we had one mom come out. A big shout out to April for coming out.
Mama Ross.
Yes, for coming out and for speaking out. Badass. That was great.
I know a lot more parents have felt more comfortable. Some of us have been contacted by them. That I think April definitely helped to break the ice on that or whatever you want to say. Yeah. As long as you take some accountability and own the shit, you know what I mean. You can move forward, but. Dismissing the sexual abuse, bullying, trauma of a little 12-year-old to this day is that's weak shit, man. What is that? Yeah, you deserve better than that, man.
Oh yeah,
garbage.
Definitely.
At least they should have sent me there when I was like 16 or 17. You know.
Take them back there.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Matt?
They should at least sent me there when I was 16 or 17. You know, at least had some little bit of body fat on me and stuff. But
yeah. If I went there any younger, man, that place would have broke me, and I would have, I don't know what I would have gotten out of there and done. Just been on the streets and shit, just vagabond, camping and stealing and robbing and whatever the fuck else to survive.
Yeah, I was on the streets of Chicago for a while too. I was in the streets of Chicago for a little while.
Yeah, man, I had some rough goes with it, living in different hoods out here in Cali and shit for my first few years out of that place in the military. Pretty much starting over at life at like 23 years old and shit. It's rough, man.
Yeah.
When your family don't really back you up like that and just tells you you're just full of shit and just it's tough, man.
My friends and everybody keep telling me I need to stop, giving my family credit and stuff like that, and don't go see them and stuff like that,
Like that's a personal decision, but definitely, I mean, every kid. I don't know how parents, any family can claim just love you, support you, this and that, but you're not you refuse to validate your kid on something like that.
Been on my own since I was 18, so
Most of us have too. Most of us didn't have nowhere to go after. That's why so many. Remember when the military recruiters would come to the school, Matt?
Yeah,
like
I know.
Half of us guys that were like 16, 17 already would get up like, yes, like that sounds so good compared to this motherfucker. And like, I don't know what else I'm going to do when I get out of here in a few months, like.
Military sounded good to me too, but I never went to the military.
It was the only option for a lot of us, man. We had nowhere to go back home to. Like most of our parents dumped us there because they're like, once you're here till you're 18 and then you're not my problem. You're not legally bound to me anymore. Get the fuck on. So get the fuck on. We did. And then, we had to, a lot of us just had to become some fucking some gorillas just to fucking survive back then, man, for real.
Yep.
Had to grow up fast. Yeah.
Yeah, just the places you have to
Yeah.
take yourself to mentally to get through shit like that.
I think it
And
was.
then walk through life with your chin high. Like, there's no coming back from that. You know what I mean?
I think it was my
Yeah.
third year. I think it was my third year there that I learned the ropes and started being wiser than the staff a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, I started learning how to finesse a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to, man.
got Brother Blake on my side a little bit. Tried to buddy up to him, Tried to buddy up to some of the staff,
Some of the ones that control the like
I got
privileges.
I smoothed Brother Kazak pretty good sometimes.
I was gonna say he was pretty soft. He was pretty easy to get over on or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't too vicious.
Brother Brian was there for my first 2 years, and the Brother Kazak was there for my third year.
I heard
As
it
the
got a little
director.
more lax when it was just Kazak, huh? I mean, because no one was really scared of him. Yeah, so I can only imagine when he was like the top dog to answer to. Like, shit couldn't have been that. I
When
think he started letting you
Brother
talk to him
Kaz,
too, right?
what?
He started letting you guys to actually talk to each other and like act somewhat normal. I heard.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
that's-
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling. Yeah, we had the
he
fucking
changed a lot. He
ventriloquist.
changed a
Like,
lot of the rules. Yeah, he changed a lot of the rules. Yeah,
that's good, but I mean, it's still fucking Agape. You still don't want to. You'll still do anything to get out of there.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
know.
the shit. You'll take it though, right? Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And of course,
That's good, man.
now that Brian's back, I'm sure the rules have changed again.
He can't wait. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, he brags about wanting his dad to like die already, so he can just hurry up and take full reins of the shit and just make it a Pelican Bay, fucking Leavenworth out there in fucking Midwest is more like it.
Yep. Top
Brian's
dog.
a nut job. Dude. I don't know any. I guess I think Niles in his episode says he doesn't have a problem with Brian. He's the only one I've heard remotely say like anything good about the guy. Like, there's all these different staff members that some of us are split on, or some might have had a good experience with them, some might have had a bad, blah, blah, blah. Brian is just like universally a piece of complete shit. Has no anger, emotional, just he's unstable, dude. And this motherfucker
Brian
is
picked on me.
number
a lot.
one guy that's going to be in charge of your kids if you send them there now. Like, don't do it.
Brian picked on me a lot. He even
Brought
me over. He even brought me over to his table to where his wife and daughter were like, "Oh, do you like her? Do you like her? Do you really like her?" I'm like,
just
dude,
taunting you, basically, right? Just
Yeah.
begging you to come
Yeah.
in so he can beat your ass. Like, and
Yeah.
you're a 13-year-old kid, dude. Like, what a weirdo. Seriously, like, he's such a weirdo, dude. This guy was like 40 while we were there doing this shit. Now he's like 55 and still just this
monster.
fucking freak, dude. Yeah, fuck him. And if you're watching this personally, Brian, fuck you. You're gonna get a whole bag of dicks in prison one of these days, motherfucker. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Telling you. Motherfuckers like your kind, and yeah, we know what you've done to some of these boys, dude. You're a piece of shit. You're gonna get yours. Not from me, but it's yeah.
There's
Your
always
day's coming,
there's
dude.
always somebody stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always somebody stronger.
Especially
and
if you're
smarter than
40 and they're all fucking 13. Yeah, you're always but exactly. Do that shit in the real world on anybody, you get your
Yeah.
He get his shit rocked, man. He get washed. He's going to. I'm telling you, that shit's not gonna last. You can't keep doing that shit, man.
What if the girls' center's still open?
I think Wings of Faith is still a thing, and there's some
Yes.
freaks that run that shit too. Yeah, the Martins or whatever, they're fucking weirdos. I remember seeing them there too while we were there. Yeah, same. They were just yeah. Brian like made that school or whatever. It used to be Refuge of Grace, and before that it was like Trinity Academy, but it's all the same shit. It's
Refuge of
Brian,
Grace. When I was going there, was Refuge of Grace. Yeah.
Yeah, after I don't know when they changed it to Wings of Faith, but yeah, it's the same shit. Refuge of Grace just became Wings of Faith or whatever. Whenever they start getting confronted with all the fucking girls they've abused in that case, they just change the name so then their shit like starts fresh on Google and whatever. It's just they're fucking retarded. Dude. They're so stupid. Yeah.
And the thing is,
that's just not gonna hold up. They're not smart enough to keep covering this. Yeah, like
the problem is there's 21 states that have no regulations for these homes. So when Agape, not if, but when they get shut down, they could always pack up, move to another state with no regulations, and start all over again. And that's the sad part.
I think South Carolina is the other state that's still like really lax with these schools. Where if you say you're just like a Christian.
Florida as well. Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Stay under the radar.
That's some Branch Davidian shit, dude. They could have this. They don't even. Yeah, the state doesn't even know how many little 12-year-olds are locked inside these compounds, just doing whatever they want to them. Like that's nuts, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts. That's like primitive. Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Little kids, bro.
I think the only
A lot
house
of them
I
get
knew.
jumped by foster
The only
parents and
house-
shit. Like
The only house there that I knew that was really maintained was the one up front, right near the main office.
Yeah.
That Brother Scott had.
Brother
He put a
Scott.
lot of work into that house.
Brother Cuck.
Yeah.
Brother Cook.
Fucking loser. He was so ashamed after that shit he couldn't even be at Agape anymore after his wife banged a student. So he works some little just side job now where he's their little recruiter or whatever. He's their like admissions. He goes out with his program and then helps transport them there and all that shit. But yeah,
Who?
Scott Smith.
Smith? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
brother Cook.
Oh.
He recruits the new talent for Agape now, basically. Because I bet he can't even look at a kid in a red polo shirt anymore without getting fucking flashbacks.
Is he? Did he divorce? Did he divorce that? Did he divorce that girl, or are they still
I
together?
think they mutually split after that. And she went she went and married some other little lame ass like ex-student blue shirt guy or some shit. And I didn't know him personally, but some of these other guys in the group knew him, and just pathetic. So this bitch, like fucked a bunch of like underage Agape students, had her thing with like 35-year-old Smith, and then now she went back and like scooped up some other former like student, and she's like married and having. I mean, I don't give a fuck, whatever, dude. But yeah, I'm just passing on what I know through like the homies group. And shit, but yeah, who cares really? I don't.
Damn, dude.
Bearded
Damn.
lady, yeah, I'm all right. That wasn't God's will for me. Y'all can have that one.
Damn, man, it could have been you, man.
Close.
Could have been you. Number 36. You could have been number 36.
Oh man, brother Jace, go.
But you missed it. You missed it by that much.
Yeah, I did.
If it hadn't been for that snitch.
You dodged the bullet with that one, Matt. Yeah, you're good. You dodged the bullet. Sure.
Yeah, maybe she had herpes. Who knows? You probably dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, I think it's time to go ahead and call her.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably the last change there. Yeah. Good shit, Matt.
Yeah.
How's it feel if I can finally letting some of that out, though, man? You haven't really talked to nobody all these years, huh? You just had to keep that shit inside, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That just gave you a little peace of mind, man. Being able to just speak on it and know that you're not alone and you're not the only guy that stuff happened to, man. Like, there's a lot of tough guys too that got it just as bad in there, man, because they were defenseless and parents turned a blind eye, whatever else, and it's a tragedy. But you're strong for doing this, man. It takes courage to do this, so props to you, man. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
And hopefully, for your sake and your parents' sake, something gets resolved there, and they kind of realize that maybe it wasn't a good idea. Hopefully, one of these days, because family is everything. If you don't have family, that's
you don't get to choose them.
Yeah, like you said, some of like some
when
of
when I was down there.
Yeah.
When I was down there last time. I just got reconnected with my birth mom, just a year ago, and my birth sisters, and I went down there this past COVID, last May, during when the COVID was not so strong and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went down there and we were talking, and I told my dad that my birth mom was going to come visit me, for visit.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom, we went inside and we're sitting down that night, and she's like, yeah, well, if you're going to do that, well, you got to pick between us, you got to pick her or us.
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't know if she was joking at that time or if she was serious or, I couldn't tell, in her tone of voice, but yeah. Yeah.
You keep in contact with your birth mother?
Yeah, I keep up. I talk to her every day. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good, man.
Like I was saying, like when Jay's been on some of the podcasts, some of these guys, their family has totally disowned them. You know what I mean? And it's sad. I mean, family is everything, man. If you don't have your family,
yeah,
man,
it is. Yeah.
It's a rough road to go down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I wouldn't mind losing my adopted family a little bit, but don't tell anybody I said that. But Yeah, I wouldn't mind losing them a little bit, but so then I have my first one to fall back on, but
That's
Yeah.
good, man.
yeah, yeah. At least I have her to fall back on in case something
You
happens.
you just one man doing all you can, Matt.
That's right.
One day
Yeah,
at a
that's true.
yeah,
Yep.
you'll be
Uh-huh.
all right, man.
All you can do is your best. That's all you can do, man.
That's
Yep.
right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
You're still out here, one foot in front of the other. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
all
That's
you
That's
right.
what you mean, man. Yep.
You know, like you
Yep.
said,
right. 10 toes down, baby.
you got support. You
10
got
toes.
you got the Agape homies. You need
Yeah.
anyone to
Yeah,
talk
man.
to. You got me. You can text me anytime. You know what I mean? So
All right, man. Yeah.
we
Mhm.
all right.
All good.
All right,
Okay,
man.
guys, stay on the line. Okay, real fast.
You already know.
Well, I don't think Matt knew. So all
It's a
right,
figure of speech.
right. I want to thank Matt and Jay for coming on. It was a really good podcast. Really enjoyed it. And to everybody who's listening, make sure you subscribe to the channel. The channel's growing. That's a good way to support this channel to keep it moving forward.
Brother
So,
Jay, man.
all right. For
I
the
Will I
Hammer,
be
follow
able to?
you.
Will I be able to watch? Will I be able to watch this podcast?
sure.
Same YouTube channel. Matt.
Once
I'll send
it
it to
goes
you.
on YouTube, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So for the Hammer Podcast, I'm Jason. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you later. All right.
All
Guys,
right.
hold on
See
right
ya.
there. Hold on. Stay there.